Imagine a corset, but on the inside, holding your spine from within. That's your deep core. In the next 15 minutes, we'll build that core strength gently. No equipment, so your back finally feels supported. Let's find your center together. Let's put that to practice here. So breathe in, feet parallel. We're going to do some standing exercises, and then we're going to transfer down to the mat. So we go. Ready? Breathe in here. Exhale, lower abs, upper abs, and the side. So lock it in. So once the abdominal is active, you just got to move the ribs in and out. So let's go ahead, bend the knees as you inhale. I want the arms to go up, but I want the rib cage to stay connected here. So this is tight here. And then come down. And then inhaling. And exhale. Inhale, so the back stays upright. And exhale. The abdominal here stay connected. And 2 more. And 1 last. And now let's go down again. Inhale. Hold this knee and the arms out. Now, secure the center. So really anchor this central line here. Now lifting the heels up. 1. And you lower. Lifting the heels up. 2. And we lower. So we're going to keep this abdominal nice and secure. Like you're wearing a corset. And find the balance. And up. If you got this going, the heels lifting is going to be much easier or manageable. 2 more, lift and down. 1 more, lift and down. Taking the arms up and bring it down. Very good. Okay. All right. Now let's take your hands back here. All right. Now we're going to take one leg off. Okay. So I'm standing on my right. Now from here, tiptoe the left foot and find the balance here. And we're going to go up and then down. Up and then down. So I want this abdominal to stay active. And lift. Give me 1 more. Lift and switch. Okay, transferring thrust to the other leg. Tiptoe the other foot. Just make sure you don't sink in the hip. So pick up that lower abs. Draw down the upper abs. And you go up and down. Lift and down. Lift. So the abdominals stay active. Wrap around like you're wearing a tight corset, please. So lift up and lengthen down. Last one. And down. Release the arm and the leg. Now we're going to do alternate. So we get the other leg first. So now take the opposite arm. Connect the ribs and the hips. Opposite contralateral, so cross rotation. And the other one. Change. And down. Go. So we want to keep this center line nice and connected right in the belly button area, somewhere around there. It's going to be a little different between people to people. So here, connecting the ribs and the hips right in the midline. So your lower back is now nicely supported here or guarded. And lift, find the balance, and 1 more. Beautiful. And come down. Good job. Right, interlace your hands here. This is what we're going to do. Right, the ribs are going to again anchor down. The lower abs are going to lift up here. We're going to bend down here. So as if we're doing a chest lift on the mat. What we're going to do here is the same. So we exhale, rib cage, funneling down towards the belly button. And that is going to flex the thoracic, the middle back forward. And then we lift. Exhale. Flexing forward. And now we lift. Exhale. And we lift. So remembering what to do in the chest lift. We get the lower abs ready, pull in, don't bulge out, and then get the ribs down to your belly button to flex and move the thoracic. 2 more. And last one. And stay. Now tiptoe your left foot. We're going to combine the chest and the leg. So hold onto your center, lifting up the lower abs, bring it up and flexing down. And up. Exhale. Find that connection in the center. This will only happen if you pull in and up in the abdominal. 1 more. Place that foot down, switch, transfer the weight, tiptoe the other foot, and off we go. And up. And up. Challenging. Does need a lot of concentration to organize the body to find its best stability. 1 more. Exhale. All right, and up. Straighten up. And let's go down here again. Now hold, secure that core set, lateral flexion off to your right. Exhale. We still want the ribs to have a relationship with the rest abdominal here. And in breath. And inhale over. Exhale. And inhale over. Exhale. And over. Let's do 1 more each side. Inhaling. Exhaling center. Last one. Inhaling. Exhaling center. And straighten. Good work. All right, let go of the arm. Let's go down onto the mat. We're going to go onto our all 4 positions. So do remember, lift up the lower abdominal, funnel down the upper abdominal, bring everything centralized here so it can support your back. So that's your center anchor. All right, so go ahead. Go down onto your all 4 position. So your arms are vertical, your knees are vertical. You still have a nice long spine. Do me a favor, try not to slouch in the upper back or more like a flexion or round back, but rather think about the sternum reaching forward here. So let's practice an abdominal. So breath in here. Exhale, remembering where your hands were in the lower abdominal. Pull away from that imaginary hands up to your heart. And then the ribs down to your belly button. Hold that without actually changing the lumbar spine. And release. Again, exhale, zip up, funnel in without changing the lumbar spine. And release. 1 more. Exhale. Up, in. Now hold that. I want you to slide your right leg out. So you got a nice secure center here. And I want you to slide the opposite arm and bring them up. Find me a balance here. Nice and easy. Shoulder gliding away from your ears. Hold that center for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring the arm and the leg down, slide them in. Now, reset. Exhale, drawing up in the lower abs, down in the upper abs, and the sides of the abs comes in, slide the leg, opposite leg and the arm. Bring them up. Now, give me a nice balance here. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Bring it down and bring it in. Okay, now we're going to move our spine. So, as you exhale, again, lower abs drawing up. And now I want you to pull in so much that it changes the shape of the sacrum, the pelvis, and the lower back into what we call flexion, but making sure the abs stays into the back. And then release, come back to the neutral. Again, exhaling, lifting up. And then that changes the pelvis and the lumbar. And then release, neutral. Exhale. Pull into flexion. And then inhale. Lengthen. So I wanted to try so hard to think about the abdominal that drive the movement. And then the glutes and the hamstring happen. And an inhale. So we want to be quite detailed, specific about how we start a movement. Pull the abdominal in. And then lengthen the spine. And 2 more. Draw the abdominal in. And then lengthening through the spine. 1 more. Drawing in and up. That's it. Good work. And lengthening out flat. All right, now tucking the toes under. All right, so we're going to go into our plank here, where we're going to put our abdominal to test. So breath in. Breath out, press down on the toes, pull up an abdominal. Make sure you don't push the upper back, middle back. So keep the scapula wide and float. And just float here. Stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We take it down. We'll do one more time. We'll press down, arms, toes, pull up, and off we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And take it down. And one more. In breath. Exhaling, lifting up, lift the knees, hold it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your hand to your feet. So keep the knees floating, step the heel down, and then from here, just gently roll the spine up, up, up to standing.